Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com. Today we're going to be looking at the fourth Commitments to Traders report of 2020. And as we always do, we shall start the analysis by looking at large changes in commercials positions. You can see we have Palladium on top of our list with a 24% change in commercials positions. There's 22% change in large speculators. Now, of course, if you look at the chart, you may see that this change was larger than average, but nothing too unusual. It is, of course, a bullish COT chain signal that suggests after Thursday and Friday's decline, we could see the market switch back to rally mode, and we might see a bit of a rise coming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly. Now, if we move on to the 5 years chart, we get a chance to see a wider perspective of the market. We do not see any bearish extremes, which of course is surprising at such price levels, but that's the case. The last major bearish extreme was from January of 2018, but since then we had that significant bullish extreme back in August of 2018, which by the way was a fabulous signal, but we do not have any bearish signals. So I think that's something that we should keep in mind and just stay on the sidelines and wait for a unquestionable and very obvious bearish extreme signal to consider at all that you might want to start exiting your long positions, or if you do not have any positions and are interested in possibly taking the short side of the market, you may need to wait a little bit more for that. The next market is cocoa with a 14% change in commercials positions. You can see that change size over there, a bit larger than average. It is bearish, maybe coming a little bit late for us. You can see that we had a decline since Wednesday. If we move on to the 5 years chart, we have a bearish extreme. If you look at the this 5 year span, it's definitely much closer to these bearish extreme levels. You may see a great example from May of 2018 coinciding with that top. And we have a few other examples from the past. So this, of course, does not mean that we should expect this point over here to be a top and that price will most definitely decline from here. We should not be surprised if this extreme widens to even greater bearish extreme levels. Euro British pound pair is our next market. We have a 14% change over there. A bit larger than average change size, but nothing unusual. It is a bullish COT chain signal suggesting we may expect a rise coming early next week. If we move to the 5 years chart, you can see that it is more bullish than bearish. But keep in mind, and I said this a few reviews ago, that we have a much shorter COT history dating back until the early 2016. So nevertheless, it's more of a bullish picture from both our main COT signals. Now moving on to large speculator COT extreme, we have the gasoline market on top of our list with a all-time COT extreme that can be witnessed not only in large speculators but also in commercials. This of course suggests that we should see some lower prices coming in the medium to long term. Now you can also see that this bearish extreme has already taken its effect, and the market has been declining for the past few weeks now. This simply suggests that this trend can continue, and we should be prepared for some lowered prices coming. The Mexican peso, again, an all-time COT extreme signal over there in large speculators, also in commercials. This, of course, again, a bearish extreme signal suggesting much lower prices coming in the next couple of weeks, month, possibly years ahead of us. You can see that the last major bullish COT extreme was 2 years ago. So that, it gives you sort of a expectation on how long these trends can continue. That was, by the way, a successful signal pushing the market much higher. Now we have a bearish extreme, so we should be prepared for lower prices over here. And last but not least, let's open platinum, where we also have all-time COT extreme all over the place, meaning large speculators and commercials. This is again a bearish extreme signal suggesting the price should start heading south. And I think this can be, something that we should be excited about, because the price of platinum has been rising, and this signal suggests that it should not rise further anymore. At least commercials are very confident about that. And we can also see that the last major extreme was this bullish from mid 2018. Again, a very successful signal. Of course, caution is advised, because if you look at the chart, we've been witnessing a gradual increase in stress levels in this market for many, many weeks now without any major shift in the trend, which means if this goes on for another few more weeks, then, you know, do not be surprised. So it's just a little bit of warning for you. Of course, this was our last market that I analyzed here in this review, but don't forget there's a lot to do here at COT Base. We've just introduced a new feature. If you're a subscriber, then you can save your settings here, so you don't need to always, whenever you log into COT Base, to set everything the way you like to use it. For those of you who are new to this service, of course, COT Base concentrates on the commitments of traders report. We offer all the CO2 report types that are available, the full COT history, and all the data types that CFTC publishes. And we've actually created our own options-only COT data, which is quite interesting. We offer a lot of data sets to analyze all market categories. Of course, if you're a subscriber, you can reach those in these reviews. We do not always show all the markets. You can do a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis by looking at multiple report changes. You can analyze the COT index and check the move index if you want. The long-term trend indicator is a fabulous tool that you would like to use. And volume and open interest analysis, again, something really cool that I think everybody should be using if you're trading futures market. So a lot to do here. I hope you will give it a try. Thank you very much for being with me, and I wish you a pleasant weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.